All right, I have to say, I got started first as a photographer originally because I was originally an oil painter for a living. People weren't walking up and just buying $3,000 paintings, you know. So, I thought, well, maybe I should, I've always wanted to, use photography. It's kind of like painting. I can shoot, I can, create images, and it's somewhat cheap. I had the core value of what photography was as a painter. And I just walked around and I shot, and sure enough, I started getting better and better. That was, I picked up a camera for the first time about 3 years ago, and then, it was like overnight. All of a sudden, I wasn't even picking up brushes. I'm literally hanging onto the reins of a horse. It's out of control. I mean, the photography's kind of grown so fast, and I basically, the photography was the best way of fusing my visions I had of creating storylines or emotions I was feeling, and all these things that I used painting for to release these, images I was trying to, speak to people with. I realized photography was a way to get these out a lot quicker. And I have to say, that's what I love the most about photography, is that, today's day and age, at least where I've gotten now as a photographer, having, so many, models and people on tap, that if I need to shoot something, I can just call and make it happen. I can produce an image that's in my head, within hours. Whereas in painting, I was having to, I painted classically, so it took, months to produce one image. So then, so as a photographer now, the quickness that I can take these ideas, these inspirations, and just absorb them. Everything that my whole life I've been absorbing these images, these textures, these shadows, these, it's always irked me. Like, why did I get so, it did something to me when I saw light, coming through an alleyway a certain way, or, and it always frustrated me because I didn't understand why these images of light frustrated me to death. And I found out that, what I was basically doing was I was an artist and just didn't know it. And these things were all tools that I was absorbing these images and storing them away in my head like a sponge, so that I could regurgitate them later and to, efficiently sending messages with my work. And basically, now that I know what it is that I'm supposed to be doing as a photographer, I'm constantly absorbing everything around me. So as a photographer, one of my favorite things is that I can take in my life around me. And whereas it used to be, I used to try to find ways to be a part of the world around me, what I'm really doing is absorbing the world and everything that I see in every way, and taking it in and finding ways to make it my own and put it back out to send messages. As I think all amateur photographers and artists first fall in love with beauty, and then you start to learn that beauty and depth are two different things. And I think I'm finally reaching that place as an artist where I'm putting beauty aside and reaching depth. But it's always self-discovery, and photography is a very quick way to get it out.